All right, I wanted to come back and discuss again some of the things that we think are important for formulations. And I think one of the things is in cosmetic science, there are many instances where the assumptions that we have made based on things we've been told greatly limit our ability to formulate. And by going back and questioning some of them and looking at new things, we'll go back and find that there are a lot of instances that we can make better formulas. And today it's amphoteric and ionic interactions. Okay, so this is the second in a series of webinars on the interactions that occur in formulations as a simple consequence of combining raw materials. Trying to sell raw materials will come in and tell you how they foam in water, what kind of viscosities they get in water, what happens when we put salt with them in water. But nobody sells a single surfactant or a single polymer in water. It's a complex formulation. And going back and doing those things and understanding the platforms and what interacts will allow you to optimize formulations and get better performance. So the interaction of ionic surfactants in dilute aqueous solution is terribly important because ionic interactions are much stronger than others that occur. Although hydrophilic, hydrophobic interactions, self-assembling units, and a variety of other things are very important. Getting things together that we thought would not get along with each other is even more important in my estimation. Okay, I want to start with the most basic, the term soluble. So when we say soluble, we generally mean a homogeneous clear liquid. And here's an example of taking a material, a solute, putting it in a solvent and making a solution. Unfortunately, it's not quite that simple. Nothing is infinitely soluble and nothing is completely insoluble. So there's things in between in terms of the solubility, and that would generally be determined by partition coefficient and other ways. But don't think about materials as being completely soluble. Either it's 100% possible or 0%. Because you can always get a small amount in, and in polymers and surface active materials, that small amount may actually be enough to get the desired effect. Okay, so looking at the interactions, I want to show an example of what happens. And we're putting, in this particular case, almond oil and dimethicone into react with each other. We're going back and mixing them together. And one of the interesting things you see immediately is there's striations that occur. There's localized haziness. And you can get a lot put in there. And the question is, what is insoluble? Clearly, there's dissolution going on now. There's energy of mixing. But we can continue to put product in and still see through it. So if clarity is our indication of solubility, there's no easy way to tell what's going on. And actually, if you get more involved in the phase diagram here, there's a number of different self-assembling units coming together in this particular simple blend. Now, think about all the things that go into your formulation. The actives, the surfactants, the oils, water, salt, thickeners, preservatives, all of those things have an interaction. And if you're looking, for example, at this point where we are, it's still clear, and it happens to be above the critical micelle concentration, you can get wetting and foam and emulsification at low concentrations. Okay, Marilyn, if you can hit, oops, did I lose you? There we go. Okay, so I want to just get you thinking about those things. Don't ever give up that too little is not enough. Ken Klein years ago used to say, when you make a good emulsion, go back and try cutting the emulsifier in half in your concentration and see if it gives you even a better one. So many times, less is more. Okay, so I want to talk about the synergies. The previous webinars, we talked about anionic and cationics. And traditionally, everybody will say, no, they don't get along with each other, forget it. That email, the address there on the internet will actually bring you to that particular presentation. Now we're going to be looking at the reaction of amphoterics and anionics.